Yo.
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 Flames talk, we're back, baby.
Woo!
We've been doing this for 1 year, and we instantly realized we also have to watch Flames hockey when they're losing.
Walker dude. Connor Zari's looking promising, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Puck and Stuff podcast, where we talk about hockey, puck, and other stuff. You notice it's a Flames talk. I'm not wearing red and yellow today because I'm mad. Brock Purdy has failed us. You were the chosen one.
You were the chosen one.
To destroy us, not join them.
God
So,
damn it. God
we're a little
damn it.
we're a little salty about that. Yeah.
Bro, I just saw this on social media. Swifties got a Super Bowl in 3 months when there's fans out there waiting like years, their whole lives for this, bud. Like, this is bad. So, but anyways, enough about the Super Bowl. It's already in the past. And welcome to Flames Talk. There's finally something good we can talk about, because last time we were on Flames Talk, obviously, was before the Allstar game, and we had our nice little break, and what we wanted from the Flames was, CONROY, it's time to cook. Get in the kitchen. It's time to start making some food. Getting us some W's. And T-Dog, I think he got us a W. I think he's been cooking up something.
Yeah. Get into the trade, boom. And it's actually really helping too. So the trade is that Elias Lindholm has been traded to Flames rival, the Vancouver Canucks, in exchange for Andrei Kuzmenko. But he's got like you can tell dude's just a stud, man.
Absolutely.
Yoni Yermo, as well as a prospect also in Hunter Brustevich, right shot D, by the way.
It was a first-round pick for 2024, and I believe it was a fourth-round conditional. Vancouver makes the Western Conference Finals this year, it turns into a third.
It was a haul. You're getting a haul for a player that is going to be a UFA. You don't know if he's going to sign long-term. The thing, too, is you do sign him long-term. Like, that's cap you kind of need, and cap you're kind of wasting on an aging player. Nothing against Lindholm. I love Lindholm. I was going to get a Lindholm jersey. You remember me saying this, correct? Yeah.
Correct,
and I didn't, because I'm like, he's probably going to get traded. Sure enough, he gets traded. And the return's fantastic. And I think it's going to be a win-win.
Oh my goodness. So before we talk about the games in this sense, and it's just the trade itself, yeah, you're right. CONROY got some cooking done. He got us a haul. Honestly, when you're talking about the idea of Kuzmenko, so last year Kuzmenko almost got a 40-goal season and 75 points, which is already impressive enough on its own. He had a little bit of a slump year this year, and it kind of makes sense since the coaching change. So obviously he isn't really fitting in that system anymore Vancouver has right now with the new coach. So it makes sense with Elias Lindholm there right now. And you're right. We needed to get rid of Lindholm. I joked about the idea that he was going to pull Horvat, which did happen. Funny enough.
It did happen. But you should have put that on the parlay.
Oh, I should have. But you know what? I still said Tanev would be first traded, but it never happened. It was Elias Lindholm. And you're right. We got a haul for it. Holy Like, we looked at the defenseman Hunter Brustevich. That is a first-round prospect on its own, and he was taken in the third round. That's crazy on its own. I didn't think we were going to get a first-round pick after hearing we got him. And then hearing the conditional and still Kuzmenko is absolute unbelievable. CONROY, I'm loving the trades that you are making for this team so far. And one thing I will also add before you keep going, it's nice to finally hear that CONROY is setting a little bit of a direction. He did say we're going through a retool.
Yes. You're right.
Something.
I'm clapping because, yeah, man. What Tree Living's in, what's the direction? You go for playoffs. But it was every year was different in the sense of where you were in the standings. So 1 year was go to playoffs, get absolutely bounced out. Then the next year it was not make playoffs. What do? Do you stick with the core? Do you keep changing? So he was going with the times, so that's not too bad. But this is nice because this is what we've been asking for. Because you get forced out of that kind of competition because Johnny leaves and Kachuk gets traded, right?
Yeah.
And now you're kind of put against the wall. Now, what CONROY is doing, I would say I'm impressed in the sense that CONROY is stay competitive, but that retool, get young guys in. And what's great about CONROY is what he said in the preseason pressers before the season started are coming true. He said he wanted the team to get younger, and it's getting younger. And it's working. Like, look how the team is. Now we're kind of getting into the games, but the team has a lot of swagger now because of those young guys.
Oh,
They're faster too. They're faster and more skilled. It's fantastic to watch. And it's just props to Connie because no, I don't know how I felt about the Sharon Govich trade at first, but I have a complete different opinion on that now, like most people.
yeah.
And this trade too. Now that he's had 2 great trades so far, of course they could change in a few years. I'm letting him take the reins. And this means for in the sense of Hanifin, Markstrom, Tanev, any of those players, whatever happens, I'm going to trust that judgment. So if Hanifin does get signed, I'm going to trust that judgment. But if he gets traded, I'm going to trust that judgment because it's just nice to have a competent GM. Is that just me?
Oh my God, dude, especially as a Calgary fan alone, I can completely understand because from what we went with for 10 years with Brad Treliving to what we've just had in one season alone with Conroy, it makes you a little bit excited because like we were questioning for maybe ever since Gaudreau and Kachuk got traded was what's the next direction of this team? Because we love at first we did love the Uyghur and Jonathan Huberdeau additions to this team, but then we watched them for a season and it got a little bit concerning because this team just fell out of a playoff spot. And what is the next step? Because this you're hearing a lot of Flames fans saying they kind of want to rebuild. Might as well since there's the idea of a new arena coming. But I gotta give credit to Conroy. He's handling this so well so far. Like you and I were skeptical of Sharon Govich. He's proven us wrong after half a season already on this team. And yeah, like just look at how he's dealt with the situation with Lindholm so far. He got us Kuzmenko, who has a 5.5-year contract for 2 years, which is more than Lindholm, but I rather deal with that than the money that we were
not
supposed
when
to give
Lindholm
Lindholm.
gets signed.
Yeah.
Not when Lindholm gets signed, right?
Yeah,
Whether
exactly.
that be Vancouver or another team.
Oh, exactly. So I'm happy we dealt with that. You bring in 2 defensive prospects that look very promising, especially down the line, and you get a first round pick. I hear the NHL draft is supposed to be in the Sphere in Las Vegas this season, at the end of the season. So when you're going up there twice in the first round, it's nice. It's really nice.
Yeah,
So
not gonna complain. No matter how high, even too. Of course, you want a lower draft pick, but you gotta kind of play with the cards you get dealt, right?
it's fun hockey with a young team right now. That is something that I'm just really happy to be able to see with his team because in Brad Treliving's era, you wouldn't have been able to see this kind of hockey right now. And it's exciting. I love it. For now. Just maybe
Yeah, I
tank
mean,
for a little bit. Just a little bit.
as well too. That was in part of Sutter's system as well.
Yeah, true.
But
Because we were still trying to contend.
yeah, let's look into the games that happen after the trade, and then I'm not too. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I also want to say though that I have a feeling that the big break from the All-Star game has a factor to play in it as well. But this team looks refreshed and rejuvenated. And it's awesome to see. And you're not just getting it from the new guys like Kuzmenko.
I mean,
But you're also getting it from, dare I say it, Jonathan Huberdeau.
wow.
Right?
Damn. We go on a 4-game winning streak, and literally Kuzmenko joins the team with the first game against Boston, and Sharon Govich, Huberdeau, and him look unstoppable. Oh my God, that is
Solid
the
win.
best hockey I've seen all year. all year, man.
It's fantastic.
Oh my God, dude, that's nuts. Like, wow. They play so well together. I was amazed.
Yeah.
Wow. Is this what
It's
joy
something.
feels like this year?
And I want to say
Huh.
too. So you get Huberdeau, and the whole idea is you put him with Lindholm because he loses his line mates. It's a plug and play system. Unfortunately, with Huberdeau, it wasn't a plug and play. But and it's only 4 games, so maybe this changes as the season goes on. But right now, it looks like the chemistry that these 3 players have is working well. Huberdeau is a playmaker. He makes passes. Kuzmenko can accept those passes and be skilled enough to take a good shot and find the back of the net. Sharangovich is similar in the sense that he has a shot and can pretty much hit the net every time he shoots. So that's working. Even though Sharangovich hasn't scored since the All-Star break, he's looked great. He's had a lot of chances, and the whole line is looking fantastic.
They look hungry.
And it's great. It seriously is awesome because I didn't know what to expect really from getting Kuzmenko. I'm thinking, yeah, he will score more because I knew he has the goal scoring ability, and it wasn't working with Rick Tocchet's system in Vancouver. So you see what he does, but kind of letting him loose a little bit. Yeah, Kuzi does make a few mistakes, that's for sure, and that will definitely affect if you start playing more high stakes hockey, such as the playoffs.
Yeah.
But as of now, he's scoring goals to make up for it, and he's looking fantastic.
Yeah, dude, the line looks fantastic. We look at Huberdeau, who's been struggling for the last 2 seasons, basically in Calgary. 15 games, he has 15 points. He's going a point per game in the last 15. So that tells you already that he is hungry, and whatever he's doing, it's working. And now that we add Kuzmenko to this team, who is already a goal scorer, and you put 2 shooters with a playmaker like Huberdeau, it's showing it is a crazy offensive powerhouse right now. Because in the last few games we've watched against Boston, the Devils, and the Islanders, that you saw that line in the offensive zone almost the whole time. And it was on net, on net, on net. It was beautiful to watch. Like, even seeing Huberdeau drive to the net to get a goal, I think, against New Jersey was beautiful. And like, it got set up by Sharangovich. Kuzmenko set it up so the defender was out of the way so Huberdeau could get the pass and get a goal. It was a beautiful way of a line. I love it. I really do. If for the first time this season, there is really something positive that you can go into with this team. And I miss it. I really missed it because we haven't had that kind of excitement for this team since Tkachuk and Gaudreau was on this team. And you can even look down at the other lines. The first line that looked good this season was the kid line with Kadri, and they're playing fantastic still. You really notice Pospisil was the kind of a big, aggressive missing piece when he was injured for that week and we went on a losing streak. And I guess he got what he deserved. He got extended 2 years for 1 mil, or 2 years for 2 million.
That's what you get
per
for
year.
punching Marchand's face. You get rewarded.
You get rewarded. Yay. That's pretty funny, dude.
But what about Connor Zary as well? 11
Oh,
goals on
dude.
the season. He
Yeah.
is in Calder. He's in Calder talks. He is above Logan Cooley in the Calder race. No, I don't think he's gonna win it
Do you
because
think he finishes first though? I think he
no,
finishes top 3 though,
Bedard
which
could
looks
legit
good.
be injured. Bedard could be injured for the rest of the season, and he'd still win Calder just because the NHL glazes him. Now I'm not saying that to be like to go against his skill because Bedard is the next Crosby in the sense of
Next franchise guy of Chicago.
next franchise guy. Sorry, McDavid's gonna be better. Doesn't matter, but it's like the fact that he's in that conversation. He was never on my mind to be someone to call up. Maybe that's on me because I never did enough research with the farm team, but for me, it was Pelletier, Phillips when he was here. And I'm just saying, like, as much as I wish that Coronado was, playing in the with the Flames right now, I think it's a good sign that he's not because that means we have competition in the lineup. and
Yeah.
people playing well to keep their position. So that's awesome. And it all kind of the Connor Zary is a great example of that. So yeah, you're right. The kid line is still looked great. And they're definitely the most consistent line throughout the season.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I would also say another line that you could kind of put into that mix right now is Peltier, Dewar, and Cole Schmidt playing right now on that, or Kevin Rooney, sorry, not Cole Schmidt.
Rooney, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they've played,
I like
I think 3 games. Yeah, they've played the 3 games of
I,
that fourth
yeah,
line.
I actually like Schwint when he was on there. He plays tough.
Yeah, but
He's a
Kevin
grinder. Like
Rooney's not bad either.
no, Rooney for sure. I'm just saying that just because you did reference him. But yeah,
Oh
Rooney
yeah, yeah.
got that goal. Like that was a dirty goal and or dirty garbage goal. Sorry, and it's like you just gotta. It's like Husker was saying in the post game. It's nice to have fourth line score or your fourth line score because it takes off a little bit of stress off the back of the top line. But okay, let's go through the full lineup then
Yeah,
because
why not?
then you have Coleman, Mangiapane, and Backlund. Backlund's still scoring goals.
Oh, that's a
Coleman's
classic
still
line. Yeah.
producing. Right, Monch hasn't been scoring goals for say, but I've noticed every game I've watched him, he is a factor. He's getting opportunities. Maybe they're not going in besides empty nets, but he's a factor still. And yeah, the entire team, to sum it up, the entire team's contributing.
Yeah.
Look at Uyghur, hat trick, right?
Leads the NHL in goals
as
for
defenseman.
defensemen.
Yeah, which by the way, Avs fans are pissed about that. It's hilarious because it's like, okay, yeah, well, McCarr will most likely probably surpass him, but it's like, who cares? Let him in. Let's enjoy this. Like the Flames don't have many winning concoctions right now, so it's good just to kind of take what you can. But we're getting again contributions from everything. It's making me feel much more confident in the whole scheme of things when it comes to Conroy's plan, keeping it younger. Maybe we can be some sort of a Philadelphia. You retool on the fly, but still have pieces that make you competitive. So yeah, you're gonna have this crappy season, and maybe whatever will happen next season, but eventually you'll start seeing those results again, and that's good.
Yeah.
It's a big switch again from the whole tank thing. I mean, I still wish we would tank this year just because I want to pick, and I don't expect anything to happen this year. But with how things are going, maybe next year could be different. But I feel like we say this every year.
Well, I mean, I'm just happy we have a direction at least because, like,
Mhm.
you and I were committed. I've committed myself to the idea of a tank, but at least hearing a retool is nice because it's like, oh, we're not still trying to full contend. We realize the situation in Calgary is different.
Yeah.
And I respect that Conroy at least it said something. So that's really
Yes.
great to at least have an idea of what this team can do for the next 3 years before we get a new arena. Because still, technically, in
Mhm.
a retool, you could still get a top 5 pick, and
Yeah, for sure.
that's not a
New
bad
York.
thing at all. Because you look at teams like I mentioned before, like Winnipeg and LA, when they were going through the retooling years, LA picked up Byfield as a top 5 pick. And he looks fantastic right now with LA. Cole Perfett was picked up in top 5 by Winnipeg when they were doing their quick retool, and he looks spectacular on that lineup now. So honestly, with how Conroy's playing this right now, I'm liking it. I really do like what he's doing so far with this team. And I guess my question for you now is, since we're back on a winning streak, we're 25, 22, and 5. We are 5th in the Pacific, and we're 2 spots out of a wild card spot. So we're 3 points out of a wild card spot, but the 2 teams that are in wild card spots have 2 games in hand. T-Dog, my question for you right now is, what do you think is the next step in this month going to the trade deadline, and what do you think it could possibly lead to playoffs or not?
Well, good question. I mean, it was kind of already mentioned about that because their whole retool idea. I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
just kind of going off what I was thinking, and I'll answer your question. But thing is when you're that close to the playoff spot, you're gonna have to keep competitive, and you're not gonna be able to say anything about retooling. So yeah, I think what you do is the same thing that you've been doing right now. You have all 4 lines contribute. Get that bump from all the young players. Being very excited to play in the NHL. Use the strengths that you do have. You're gonna have those trades. It's inevitable that players like Tanev are going to be traded and whoever else. So trade as it goes because you're going to have to anyways. And it's good that you kind of do it spaced out because it's going to be more difficult to do it all in bulk during the actual deadline itself.
Yeah.
So focus on that. And then, I mean, I would just say keep doing what you're doing right now. If that's the goal to make playoffs, just make sure that you keep having Cuberto play like he's been playing right now. This is the best he's been
Yeah.
as a Flame so far. But he looks good. He looks really good right now. So I can't even joke about that.
Here, I'll bring it over to Markstrom now. This guy is winning us games, and
Oh yeah.
we enter less than a month to the trade deadline, and we have Hannafin to still potentially deal with. We have Tanev to still potentially deal with. And then these rumors of New Jersey and the Flames were talking about a deal with Markstrom, but there's been struggles with it of the return and just there's some problems right now. So I'm interested to see what you think right now with those players right now.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. Trade him if you're gonna get the haul, because that's what Connie wants. What did I see? New Jersey wanted him. They were looking for Holtz. Saw a few picks and stuff, but there was cap retention they didn't want to do.
Yeah.
So I think that was something. Although I'd love the Holtz. Hey, I'm just saying, New Jersey, if you want, Vanacek too. I don't want Vanacek.
No.
But if you're trading with New Jersey, I'll take a Holtz and I'll take a Mercer or I'll take a Simo Nemec. You know, pick your poison. I'll take one of those guys. So or two of those guys. So that'd be nice.
I mean, maybe something happens. I don't know, man. I don't know if Markstrom moving this year.
The more I think, and the Vladar's on IR right now. Now that I see it, as much as we were wanting a Wolf Vladar tandem, I think it's probably going to be a Markey Vladar tandem or a Markey Wolf tandem. Sorry, I think Vladar would be the one to be shipped off. Probably get like a fourth for him.
I don't know. I said that at first, but now I'm thinking about it more. A lot of teams are looking desperate right now, and you could see a lot of people saying, screw it, we're going to give you a haul if we get a guy like Markstrom right now, who's been playing lights out for the last half of the season. And honestly, it might be worth it to some teams to get a guy like Markstrom in when they're having goaltending problems, and then Connie gets a haul. Like another haul.
It'd be so great to get the haul. That's what I hope for. But there some people were saying too, though, like some goalies don't. It's the team that they're playing with, so you're never gonna get the same results as it was with the other team. It takes some time, so some teams like to lay off. But teams like New Jersey are desperate, so you could play a lot of leverage for that. And so I'm hoping that Connie's soon still doing that with all the other pros players that need to be signed or traded away.
Especially
you're just pretty much increasing that demand. There's so many teams who'd kill for a Tanev, so I'm guessing Tanev will get something good. Like what I was hearing was either a first round pick, just a first, or a second and like a prospect.
I mean,
it's not bad.
It's not bad. I would be amazed if we could get a first for Tanev. That would be a trade deadline.
If we get a first for Tanev.
If you get a first for Tanev at the deadline, I would be happy because then you have 3 first round picks going into that draft, and even you could trade up to get a higher pick.
Well, it doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be a first round for this year either, but you still get first rounds, and you're pretty much replenishing the first round picks you lost from a stupid trade like the Monahan trade.
Exactly.
Right. Which I mean, good for Monahan to know that he's a Jet and everything, that he's healthy.
Yeah.
But we paid a first to get rid of him.
Yeah.
So we really saw the foresight.
Ken Hughes was pretty smart for that one. I'll give him that. He's playing that one pretty smart.
He is pretty good. Yeah. So,
hey, but if you can get Monahan for a first, why can't you get Chris Tanev for a first? So throw me that bone. Throw me that discussion down in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, it's simply demand, right? Like we already sort of saying this, but
he takes pucks to the face for the team.
But now, what if you trade Hannafin?
Ooh.
Right? Like, you
what
could
do
get
you get for that?
But they were saying how it's like, okay, well, you trade away Hannafin, cool, but then you're gonna look for a Hannafin again.
I know.
It's like, I mean, he's just kind of, he's a good fit for a retool if you want. Here's the thing, because he's been offered a contract 8x75, so it's up to him to say yes to it. So if he says yes, perfect, but if not, trade him, you know?
Okay, what instantly worries me about that kind of deal with Hannafin is when Anderson's money finally dries up and he's asking for a new contract, and
Oh,
he's going to
good
be
point.
looking for probably the same or more as Hannafin
Well, he
because he's
deserves it.
relied on way more than Hannafin. What do you do?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. I mean,
Because
because
like if
Anderson's a
anything with Hannafin, the contract you give him is a bridge deal. Sadly enough, I don't think you do long term with Hannafin because I can think of better guys on this team that you give long term to because Hannafin has been
yeah.
iffy all season. And yeah,
But
like I get what you mean though.
I wouldn't say the Hannafin's
Or
iffy.
no, I
I
meant
don't.
on contract talks. I meant on contract talks. He's
Well,
having
I
a
know in
great year. He's
contract
having a
talks.
great year.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Now, yeah, I'd want a bridge deal too, but the problem is I don't think he wants that himself or his agent. So I think they want a long-term place to stay. So that kind of puts a fork in the road, right? When it comes to those type of negotiations.
Yeah.
But like, I'll just stick to what I said. Like, if he doesn't want to be here, yeah, just trade him.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I'm on cap friendly right now looking at our defense issue. And so Uyghur's down for 7 years. We don't have to worry about Uyghur. Hannafin's this year. Anderson is at 4.5 for 3 more seasons,
That's
including this season.
crazy steal. That has got to be one of the best bargain deals in the league.
Exactly. We
Honest
got,
to goodness.
we also have Oliver Shillington to sign this season, this off season. I forgot
I
about
wouldn't
that.
be too worried just because I think there's a bit of a loyalty right
Oh,
now.
he would sign with us. We were
And
nice.
you know what I mean? Like we want him. I honestly haven't really been paying too much attention on his game,
Yeah.
but I know he's been playing fine. But I
Yeah.
know it's going to increase and get better as the season goes on. But I mean, what? All right, hold on. Actually, let me search up Shillington's plus minus right now.
Actually,
And
here, as you're doing that, I kind of want to just also mention, like, if you're looking at that right now as Mackenzie Weeker just makes over 6 mil, if you give
Have steal.
Hannafin 7.5, and then 2 seasons later, Anderson's contract is up, he's probably going to ask for straight 8. And then you're kind of in a little bit of a cap crunch looking at your defensive core because you're paying 2 guys over 7, you're paying another guy over 6, and then I mean that looks great as a top 4
Yeah.
D pair though.
Oh, what about Braden Pahal? We haven't even talked about him.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
oh golly gee willikers.
Well, dude, I mean,
Oh,
he brings a lot of physicality.
oh yes,
I
yes
like
he
him.
is.
I like him. He was a good pickup.
24 years old
Yeah, he's been
with the
playing
Vegas
well.
Golden Knights. That's actually
Yeah,
because that was off of waivers.
that was a waiver claim.
Okay. Actually, I kind of forgot about this guy. Right.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing is he's playing his job well because you haven't heard him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, in 17 games this year, he only had 1 goal with a plus minus of -2. So I don't think he's
I'm looking more at the
nothing
plus minus though.
spectacular, but he's got age on his side. It's a good still top 6 defenseman to have in the NHL, especially when you're talking about healthy scratches or injuries. So I'm still happy about it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, him being on the bottom pairing is like honestly fit it perfectly. He's honestly fit there better than like Osterley has or like when Gilbert, Simone were playing on that spot too. I still love how we change our sentiment about the team every episode.
We have to.
But
Because it like
true.
what you gotta think at least a week. It's a week difference in a sense because we've been pretty harsh on them all season though.
Yeah, we have.
This
I
is the
know.
most positive episode all season long.
Yeah, yeah,
Think
true
about it.
that. True that, true that.
Like honestly, I'm happy.
Deserved.
I'm happy that I'm this happy about the team that I love actually playing good hockey.
It's just it's fun to watch the games again because for a moment I just didn't care. So now
Yeah.
it's fun to like watch when you can and just see how the team's playing. Like they can tell like love coming to the rink now.
Yeah.
So everyone's winning right now in this scenario. So we'll see what happens if we ever go on a losing streak and stuff. But right now we're on a good swing. And
Yep.
keep going from there. If you beat a team like the Rangers, that's
Oh,
going to be great. That's going to be
yeah.
great. I don't know if you do. I'll be honest. I mean, they're kind of on a roll right now, and
Well, because especially, I guess now if we look at the schedule going into the rest of February, we got the Rangers tomorrow, we got the Sharks on Thursday, we got the Red Wings on Saturday, and then we on the 19th we got the Jets, Thursday the Bruins, Saturday Battle of Alberta in Edmonton,
Oh yeah.
and then we end off February against the Kings. So it's actually going to look like a pretty tough schedule for the rest of February. So there potentially
Yeah.
could be this end of the season or this end of the month could really decide if we're really going to be this good or we're going to get cranked.
Yeah, this is a lot of adversity. So you just hope that you can beat the Rangers, lose to the Sharks. How it goes. But a BOA with the team right now, a BOA would be really fun to watch. It'd be even more competitive than the last two. So
I think actually,
Pretty good.
the guys from Barn Burner said that you could get tickets to watch it with them at Greta, the Battle of
fun.
Alberta. I've been
Fun
tempted.
idea.
I've been
That's fun
tempted because
idea.
that's how we can meet them.
Yeah, good point. Good
It's
point.
not. It's an idea, but
Thanks for liking our TikTok, boys.
hey, they followed us too, so thank you for that
Yeah,
too.
respect that. I
That
appreciate
you
it.
gotta love when people like that follow. But
Yeah.
hey, guys, that's been our after All-Star break episode of Flames Talk. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, leave a like, a comment, and please subscribe. We love the support you guys give us on all our channels. We'll keep on posting and answering your comments as always. And T-Dog, we'll wrap this up.
Alrighty, like B-Dog said, thank you very much for watching, listening, however you are consuming this content. If you didn't like it, smash the like button and below. Common question of the day. Who's the next Flame to get traded? That's a good one.
Yeah.
They're down below. But hey guys, yeah, keep on watching. The stuff and
The puck and the stuff, man.
football. I don't even know what to say anymore, man. I'm just like, I'm exhausted. Sorry. But no, honestly, yeah. No, team's looking good. Pretty much just keep watching and hey, probably get an NHL talk out there pretty soon as well because a few stuff to talk about too. So exciting stuff. All right, guys, take on. What am I
Keep
saying?
on rocking.
Yeah, keep on rocking. 3, 2, 1. Anyways, guys, keep on rocking in the free world like Narwhal says, and we will see you guys in the next one. Drink a lot of water, stay hydrated, peace.
8 gallons a day, baby. Peace.